Hi friends! So I've been thinking a lot about songs that we need to hear, songs we need to be singing about peace and being together. As I think a lot of you know, I was raised by two really wonderful hippies. So there was a lot of music just like this in my childhood, so I'm really excited to continue sharing it with you. So before we start, in the link below, there is the link to the original recording of this song, and I am going to ask that you listen to it first. So if you haven't heard One Day by Matisyahu, go to the box, click the link, have a listen, and then come back. Another thing that can be super helpful during this is not to see me, but to be looking at some lyrics. So I'll put them in the box below, but you can just Google search One Day lyrics, and they'll come up. So the first thing that I want to look at is labeled as the pre-chorus. It's the thing that just like our prefix gives us is before the chorus. So I'm going to sing the whole pre-chorus, and then I'm going to ask you to sing it with me. Sometimes in my tears I drowned, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around because... such a hard part to stop in. Okay, all of us together, pre-chorus. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around because... Alright, down to the chorus. I honestly think it's going to be easier if I just sing the whole thing and then we sing it together. The one days. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Your turn for that part. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Alright, the first part of the chorus before that goes like this. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars and our children will play. Alright, all of us together. Let's tack the one days on the end. Here we go. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Alright, sweet. So we now have both the pre-chorus and the chorus. I want to hop back up to verse 1. So again, I think it might just be easier if I sing the whole thing and then you sing it back to me. Our song, it's not harmonically or even melodically, so the ukulele part or our vocal part, super difficult. It's a lot of the same patterns, a lot of the same melodic contours, but it the beauty comes through in what we're saying. So it should be relatively easy for us to pick up. So listen to verse 1. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Alright, all of us, verse 1. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Then we go into our pre-chorus. Sometimes in my tears I drown. Okay, lovely. I'd like to look at verse 2. So, this one I'm going to break into two different sections. So I'll do the first two lines, have you do it, then I'll do the second two lines. Alright, my turn. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. Alright, you might have noticed those words were super fast. Take a second and read through them. Pause the video if you have to, so you know what words you're saying. Alright, here we go. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. Alright, second half of the second verse. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you. No way, no way. Alright, so if your version of the lyrics has like the in parentheses echo, we are going to do those. Here we go. All of us, second half of the second verse. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you. No way, no way. Alright, let us try all of the second verse together. Here we go. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you. No way, no way. Alright, last thing we have to look at, verse 3. Goes like this. I'm going to sing all of it because we really already know this melodic pattern. It shouldn't be hard, and then I'll ask you to sing it with me, and we'll sing the whole song. Okay, here we go. One day the sun will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. So if you noticed, it's the one day that is in our chorus. So you really only have to learn half of a verse. All right, verse 3, looking at the words with me, here we go. One day the sun will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is, before we go into the last chorus, we start with, all my life I've been waiting for. We don't do our pre-chorus that time. I'm going to put all the words below, but let's have a performance of it. You and I, and whoever else is connected to us through the internet. All right. So we're all singing together. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on souls of the innocent, blood-drenched pavement. Keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this maze you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it day it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. Day this all won't change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. Day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same song, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one